Tonight on Arizona Illustrated, the contribution and the future of Native Americans. After raids last week on gambling operations of Native American tribes, the question of tribal sovereignty has been raised once again. A recent ceremony honoring graduating Native American high school students was designed to recognize their unique qualities and celebrate their achievements. Tonight, John McClary examines the future of Native Americans in a dominant society which rarely recognizes their contributions.
For a third year, the Metropolitan Tucson Commission on Urban Native American Affairs gathered a group of graduating high school seniors to present them with special achievement awards. Many are outstanding students within their schools, and all have overcome obstacles to attain graduation. University of Arizona faculty member Dr. Alice Paul presented the awards with help from City Council member Molly McCassin.
Babakiri High School, we have Stanley Salazar. Well, Stanley, would you come forward, please?
The students felt honored with the recognition and enthusiastic about the future.
And he's been accepted at the University of, is going to Cornell in the fall.
Councilmember McCassin shared her thoughts of the importance of the contributions of Native Americans to all of us who live in the United States.
And this morning what I wanted to remind them of is what they know already and what I have learned from them and from their mothers and fathers and from the Native American tradition, and that is the balance, the ecological balance, and the necessity to realize that you are a part of a whole. If you pull something apart on one side and destroy it, you will destroy a part of the whole, and that is what I learned from Native American life.
Dr. Paul agrees this is one area where Native American cultures have had an impact on the modern dominant society in the U.S. today.
Well, I think they're going back and becoming more conscious, specifically about environmental issues, because Native Americans, you know, lived and took what they needed and left and didn't take just for the joy of taking. I mean, here in Tucson, our water, for instance, we have to be consciously aware that we have to conserve and to use what is needed.
Many of the students recognized for their achievements come from backgrounds rich in tribal experiences. Johnson Baya of the Metropolitan Commission on Urban Native American Affairs feels that may affect the interactions of Native Americans with the country's dominant society.
It needs a lot of adjustment for the individual. There is an adjustment on the psychological level, there's an adjustment on the social level, there's an adjustment even on the financial level, because you must survive. There's no real dependency on the family structure when you have to come off of a reservation, move into an urban society, and you have to be able to function in an urban community, learn where the resources are, and be able to make a living. And really, that's the bottom line, and it's very important for especially young Native American people going off to school to an urban community to be able to have a network that they can depend on. And that support, we cannot underestimate. The support from the family, the friends, the relatives, they must make a social readjustment, all the way around. And so at an individual level, there are many adjustments that must be made.
Well, it's like living in a rural community as opposed to living in a city. And so anyone can make those kinds of differences. Living in a city, having to pay rent, having to pay, all of the utilities, and yet if you live on a reservation, you might not have those, and you haul water. And so that life just becomes more complicated.
One of the greatest challenges facing Native Americans, say these experts, is dealing with the impact the dominant society has on everyday living.
Well, I think they have shortchanged them, just as for lack of a better word right now, because the expectation is the same for everyone without understanding what the experiences the young people have brought.
College student and former award winner Rosario Garcia affirms Dr. Paul's assessment while speaking to the students.
When I heard others talk to me about college, they always told me the great things, no difficulties, always getting good grades. but they never mentioned what had to be done to achieve all of this. I figured the transition would be smooth, even though mine wasn't. At first, I did learn that cramming for exams doesn't work. The levels of classes are higher, but having good study skills and getting help makes the transition smoother.
She didn't know it was okay to ask for help, do you see? That it isn't something that's looked down, but many times in Native American societies, you're to, not necessarily do that.
And Dr. Baya feels the impact of the modern dominant society on Native Americans is enormous.
Within one family, there may be a huge generation gap. The elder members of the family could be non-English speaking, and then the younger ones, they may be completely computer literate and be able to participate, and to some extent, unfortunately, may have even lost some of their language and their culture.
And the future of the Native American culture may well depend on how these young people interpret their role.
Future is really defining what is a Native American in the 21st century and beyond. And that really is trying to define and create a new niche.
But the next 100 years could see the assimilation and disappearance of Native American culture, even with redefinition.
There's always that danger, but we are confident that we can be able to preserve a lot of our heritage.